Hello everyone and welcome to another NASCAR Racing 2003 live stream. How is everyone doing today? Thank you very much for joining right off the bat. If you guys could please hit the like button and subscribe if you would be so kind. I apologize for that slow start there. The chat got a bit frozen. I just have to make sure it's still good and positioned properly. There we go. Alrighty, we are good. How is everyone doing today? As you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be attempting to recreate the 2012 Talladega Big One, along with Tony Stewart's crash. Sorry, just repositioning my laptop window and I can't talk and do something at the same time. Alrighty, so yeah, you saw the suggestion, you saw the title. Now let's see the crash. I've tried doing this one in the past, but it didn't quite work out. It was like the third reenactment I've ever done. I was unknowingly using the Gen 6 cars, and everyone got angry. That one has horrible reviews, so I gotta redeem myself. I gotta redo this one. So on the final lap, this was the fall race. Tony Stewart in the lead, goes to block Waltrip. And then he turns himself in front of basically the entire field. He goes up on his side, almost upside down. Basically, all of the field is involved, basically, except for a few little stragglers that get through. And then Busch, Gordon, and Kenseth, the winner. I remember watching this live and pooping myself. Let's watch a replay.
There's Stewart with Matt Kenseth.
This is probably as close to taking over the 2002 Aaron's 312 big one for a big pileup. It's probably the closest they've come since.
Yeah, it looks like the first three might be Kenseth, Gordon, and Kyle Busch from that point. Yeah, but it was anybody's guess from that point.
Alrighty, you guys have seen it tons of times. We don't need to watch the replay a million times. You get the gist of what I'm trying to do. Player info. Here we have Tony Stewart's 2012 Office Depot Mobile 1 Chevrolet Impala paint scheme. Number 14, if I didn't already say that. And unfortunately, since I didn't do enough prep and research beforehand, we are just going to be using the Daytona 500 car set, which I know doesn't have all the right cars, the paint schemes, but I can switch those out later. It's the right year, right mod. I just don't have the right paint schemes at the moment. So, just ignore that, and ignore that we're going to be using Talladega 14, because it's one of the closest years I could find. I think there's a pretty full field left at the end of that race. I think there's maybe a few cars taken out in wrecks, but yeah, we'll use like 38. Turns down like 88 for the sake of being a little easier for me. Alright, let's get right into race. So I'm going to be in the lead, and then going into turns 3 and 4 on the first lap when we're up to speed. I have the temperature turned down a little bit, but I believe the restrictor plates are on. Yeah, 14 degrees, but the restrictor plates are on for this track. The chassis type is set to 4, I believe. Alright now. Excuse me. This is going to be a tricky one. So we need to get most of the cars to pile in. Hey, at least Kenseth is near front, so we're going to swap out his paint scheme. I don't see Waltrip anywhere. Oh, or Mark Martin, I guess he is. Was it Waltrip in the race? Why does it say Martin? I think they might have switched cars midway through that year. I'll just keep referring to him as the 55. He's like in the 8th position. Alright, so if we're up to around 200 miles an hour by the time we get around to turns 3 and 4, I'm trying to slow down the cars so I can kind of bunch them up and get them all 3 and 4 wide as much as I possibly can, because that pack was massive before they all wrecked. Alright, perfect. So I'll try it right now, except Junior is gonna slip by like Kenseth did. Hey, at least I went upside down on my first attempt. That's not good. Thanks, Boyer. Boyer knows what it's like to be upside down and didn't want me stuck upside down. Or no, was that Sadler? I'm so confused. Who is everyone? Back into... Alright, that was Sadler. Where's Boyer? That's right, he was 15. Duh. Well, I'm stupid. I am stupid. When was Boyer the number 33? I know he was for a little bit. Blammo. Not good, but a promising first attempt. Could have been a lot worse.
Start your engines!
So that first flip was decent. I just need to go back on my wheels without flipping again, and I need the wreck to be bigger. Since I need to get a bunch of updated paint schemes anyway, I can always switch around the AI, like so I could switch whichever car hits me to send me upside down, I can switch that to Boyer's paint scheme. It would take a lot of behind the scenes work, but I can theoretically get the AI a lot more detailed in the wreck if I spend some time switching around the TGA files before I start recording via CCM. Only nerds of this game know what I'm talking about right now. The 2008 and 2009 Watkins Glen big ones are both on my to-do list. I've seen that suggestion many times. NASCAR fan 546. Hello. Alrighty. Trying to block them, get them all bunched up. So Junior's coming in hot, and then, ooh. Junior's gonna get past, but that's fine. Alright, here comes Tony Stewart, blocking. We got a pretty big wreck. I think I need to wait like a second later into the turn to do it. That was a decent wreck, but they all kind of went driving away quickly afterwards. They weren't bunched up nearly as tightly packed as they should have been. That wasn't a bad-sized wreck. Excuse me. Just needs to be a little bit bigger. And also needs to... I needed to flip, which I did not that time. Derek Cope and John Krebs flip at Sears Point. I've seen that suggestion many times. I was gonna reply to a comment I saw the other day, but I completely forgot. I've tried doing the prep work for that one in the past, but unfortunately the versions, as you may know, there's an extra like leg of Sonoma that they don't run anymore that they used to in the 90s, and it was that extra part of the track where that wreck happened, and in the few versions of the track I've been able to find that has that configuration that they were running at the time, right on the left-hand side of the track where that hill is that they launched off of, instead of being able to go up the hill, there's instead an invisible wall, thus making that attempt impossible to to my knowledge, unless I can find a super detailed version of Sears Point or Sonoma circa the mid-90s. But yes, I've tried doing the prep for that one, to do that one in the past, but the versions of Sears Point are cool. It just thinks that there's an invisible wall right where I need to ramp up that part of the track. Well, the tracks were meant for racing, not for crashing off a particular hill, so I understand. Wow, that was kind of weird. I did like a Scott Wimmer type flip, and then the second half turned into Tony Stewart's flip. The second half looked like Stewart's flip. So I was stuck on top of... Was that still Logano in the 20? Because I know Kenseth was the 17, yes. So who was the 22? I believe either Kurt Busch or AJ Allman Dong. Whoa. What's going on with Newman here? Got hit by Bane. Shit, damn it. Because of the weight shift part at the beginning, I didn't save it. I should have saved that. Actually, no, the pileup wasn't that big. We'll have better ones to save in the next 45 minutes, trust me. Trust me. Gotta love the DMR cockpits. Desmods Racing. I believe that's who developed this Cup 12 SS mod. The cockpit and gauges look familiar to the DMR mods. MJ, thank you for watching. Alrighty. I need to not Scott Wimmer it this time. I need to Tony Stewart it. Which means I need to get drilled by Clint Boyer. Then ride up on top of the entire pack while they're all wrecking. So Kenseth wins. Tony's the one that gets airborne. Boyer's the one that sends him airborne. Trying to think of all the key cars involved in this wreck. Yeah, trying to get them spread out a little bit. Shoot, I waited a little bit too long. I messed that one up. I waited a little too long for that attempt. I've used this version of Talladega in the past for a certain reenactment. I can't remember what, but obviously the grip is turned a little bit up, as you can tell. Yeah, I completely messed that attempt up. I think I might need to turn the AI grip modifier down just a bit, and maybe their panic decel down a little bit more. Kenseth drove the pink car. He's the one that won. Kenseth was the pink number 17. In this game, or in this session, I just have Kenseth's regular Best Buy paint scheme. I know Junior was involved in this wreck. I remember everyone was involved in this wreck, basically, except for Gordon, Kenseth, and Kyle Busch. Crazy Cat, hello. Green flag. Green flag. Green, green, green. Nexus Combat can make the pink number 17 if he wants. If you need to and if you want, I didn't really search too hard before I started the stream. I'm sure I can find some of the alternate paint schemes somewhere. Yeah, because I didn't really have much time to search at all. But if I can't find it and if you want to make it, yeah, that would be awesome. Let's see if I can find it first. Or if you still want to make it, I'm not going to stop you. Alright, so 31 is Waltrip. Jesus! They're all hitting me for causing the wreck. Alright, I might turn the grip down just a little bit. That wreck was pretty big, though. Except I flipped in front of the field and they all wrecked behind me. The wreck looked good. Just my flip was a little off, and then Truex went upside down at the end because they were all pushing him. Alright, we'll try that again. I might have to
Drivers, start your engines!
change some settings in like 10 or 12 minutes. Give myself a little bit better chance to flippy flip flip. But not tumble too much. Sorry, I know there was a huge space between me saying those two things. I'm trying to do 3 things at once. Talk to you guys, text, and drive. Virtually drive. I should do a challenge where I should try to win a race while texting the whole time. Can I win a race while texting and driving? NR2003 live stream, episode 250. Almost done. Alright, perfect timing. Come back, Kenseth. Shoot. Maybe my distraction did mess up this attempt. Unless I stay in 3rd gear a little bit longer. There we go. I'll slow these guys down so it looks like we're more bunched together. Perfect. Alright, looks like Junior's going to take the place of Waltrip right here. I have to turn the grip down a little bit because I keep doing a Wimmer-like weight shift rollover. Whoa. Kyle Busch just had a much more violent version of his 2014 wreck happen there. His 2014 flip. Yeah, I might need to turn the grip down just to avoid those weight shift rollovers. Yeah, that was almost like Kyle Busch's 2014 flip right there.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright. Is everything frozen or is it just my laptop? I hit the refresh button, so we shall see. Come on. Come on, laptop. Come on, laptop. Alright, that's good. Did the chat freeze? Did the chat freeze? Or is it just taking forever to come through? I think the chat froze. Alright, so first time in the stream. More than 20 minutes in. Not too bad. Yeah, I believe it froze. Alright, so we're going to do this. Once again, I'm getting pretty good at unfreezing it. Just now is resize it. Alright. Chat is unfrozen. Green, 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 green. Mods, I honestly don't care about emojis too much. It's not that big of a deal. No need to time out or delete message over a stray emoji heard every now and then. But yes, excessively does get annoying. Now that time I didn't go upside down at all, except for the end. Does my car still work after that? Kind of. Gotta race back to the line. So we're still using 2002 scoring rules. So we need to cause a hazard if we cause right, or if we crash right after the start-finish line. They have to race back and then pile into the wreck. I do love the damage for this Cup 12 mod. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought they were gonna hit me. Alright, sorry. I know that was a waste of a couple minutes.
Drivers, start your engines!
Lightning McQueen Cars 3 crash. I tried part 1. I wasn't able to get a really good attempt, so I need to do a part 2. Now the King's crash, I was able to get enough in that one to edit together a good one, so go check out the King's wreck reenactment I did from the first Cars movie, if you haven't seen that. Dynaco. I am not coming in behind you again, old man. That one. Then I tried the Dynaco's All Mine wreck, where Chick Hicks causes the big one at the fictional Bristol. I think the next, and then I just tried Doc Hudson's crash yesterday. I think the next Cars related one I'm gonna do that everyone's been suggesting is probably McQueen's save from the first one, after Chick spins him into the infield when he remembers his drifting lessons. Alright, so we're 3 wide, pretty far deep into the pack, so sweet, that part looks good. Alright, Senhouse is going to be Waltrip. Nope, he's not, never mind. Well, that's if that crash ended up being way worse.
Keep it under 3,500 in second.
And they're still wrecking in the tri-oval. Who else went upside down there? My car overcorrected and came back up. Oh, that was Waltrip. Jeez. That was a hard crash for Kenseth, the real-life race winner. Look at that angle he comes back up and hits the track at, because he just gets clipped right there. Jeez. Look at all the shrapnel go flying. Alright, that one wasn't good.
Drivers, start your engines!
Damn. Did I say Stenhouse? Referring to the 17. Do you blame me? That's how it's been for the last few years. It's not my fault that all these numbers and sponsors and the car drivers change so damn frequently on a regular basis now. The damn modern corporate world we live in now. Whatever happened to when drivers used to keep the same car number and sponsor for like a decade? What happened to the good old days? GTA 5 gamer, thanks for joining in. Trying to slow down a little bit to get them kind of bunched up. Except they're mainly just too wide still, but... Alright, yeah, I think I need to turn the grip down a little bit. Thanks, Danica. Oh. Look at Kenseth. How did Kenseth end up like that? I should do a can I recreate the South Park NASCAR episode where Cartman runs over Danica Patrick. It was Stenhouse. Sent Kenseth over on his side. Alright, so one more attempt and I will change some settings around. Mainly turn the grip down. Maybe try to turn the pacing or drafting and bunching distance down a little bit. Maria Guadalupe. I didn't see the last two parts. There's a four-parter name. That's the hardest kind of crash to happen in this game, is to get a car to land and stay on its side. And yes, I'll turn down AI decel and panic decel, maybe turn down their grip modifier a little bit. Because they seem a little bit too grippy right now, the AI cars. They're not spinning or staying in the wreck as easily as they should be. They seem to have a little too much control. I think turning down their grip a little bit will also maybe bunch the cars up a little bit more. So one more attempt before I try changing some stuff around. once again, they're only 2 wide behind me. They need to be more than that. They need to be 3 or 4 wide. Well, the wreck was good size, just Logano flipped over. He kind of summoned the spirit of his... Jeez.
You all right? We got trouble.
Did anyone see the trend that just happened? Whoa, that was cool. In the last wreck, Stenhouse sent over Kenseth. Stenhouse went on to take over the number 17 car. In this one, Kenseth plowed into the upside down or on his side Logano. Kenseth went on to take over the number 20 car. Alright, but yeah, let's... You see how Logano flips? It's like acrobatic maneuver he does with Junior up against the outside wall. Look at Junior sticks the landing just about, if it wasn't for Kyle Busch. Alright, I think the chat froze again, didn't it? Didn't it? Alright, just in time, because I have to exile the game anyway. Alright, I see that the chat is frozen. I will fix it in a second. No need to have 20 people point it out to me, even though they're probably already gonna. Alright, so here we are, Talladega 2014, BP, that's the one we're using. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so right off the bat, concrete grip down a little bit, asphalt grip down a little bit, not too much. AI grip modifier, yeah, well, why is that up so high? 0. Do 98 0. Why is the Excel modifier up? Turn the decel down. Bunching distance can go down. Same with the drafting distance. Panic decel can go down. Alright, so we just tweaked a bunch of things at once. Let's see what that does. Alright, I'm loading the game back up. And while the game is loading back up, I am redoing the chat. Alright, chat is refreshed. The game is loaded back up. Settings are changed. Let's see if we can get a proper reenactment now. Don't want to click it too fast and have the game crash. Alright, so I turned the... I tweaked a bunch of stuff with the AI settings, turned their grip down, and their Excel and decel down. Turned their panic decel down. I turned my grip down a little bit, and I turned the AI bunching and drafting distance down. So hopefully that should lead to a closer, tighter, more wide cars pack, more 3 and 4 wide. That's what I wanted to say. Turn the grip up to 10. No, because then there will be a bunch of bouncing cars. Watch the Doc Hudson Hornet crash reenactment stream yesterday, and you'll see what happens with the cars when I have the grip only turned up to like 2.2, 2.3, let alone 10. What am I going to get to eat after this? Do I want more KFC? I've been on a binge. I can't. I need to get something healthier. Why do they seem like they're accelerating faster? Alright, they already look like 3 and 4 wide behind me. Perfect. They actually did a lot from what I can see so far. I know we're going like 5-10 miles an hour faster than we should be. It's just... Alright, that's what the wreck would have looked like if Stewart just stayed upside down the whole time. And didn't do that weird sideways maneuver. I'm still doing weight... How am I doing weight shift rollovers like that when the grip is only at like 1.2? Nice one, Mears. Was that him in the 13? Drivers, start them engines. That's what that guy sounds like. That wasn't terrible, if only I would have gone back on my wheels, though. After that first quick flip. Excuse me. The pack looked a lot closer together, though. That seemed to work better. Although it seemed like even though I turned their stuff down, it seems like they're accelerating and getting up to speed quicker. Which doesn't make sense since I turned their grip and accel down. Green flag, green flag. Ring, ring, green. You guys need to be a little more bunched together. Be a little more neat. A little too neat. Double file right now. Need to be a little more bunched together. Which they aren't, but we're still going to try anyway. So we're not going to wait a whole nother lap. Not a big enough wreck. And Tony flipped, and so did Robbie Gordon, who apparently is banned from Australia for doing burnouts on residential streets, if you guys didn't read that. Well, not banned from Australia, banned from racing in any official leagues within Australia. What did you do, Cat? What did you do? Why are your paws wet? God, this stupid fucker. Why are your paws wet? You're not supposed to be messing with the water. Stupid cat knocked over my bag of garbage I had laying next to my desk. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green. At least we got 3 wide shortly behind me. Shoot. Junior! Holy crap, what a hard wreck. Alright. How my roof isn't more caved in is beyond me. I tried blocking Junior and he got the ultimate revenge on me. That's probably one of the hardest accidental impacts I've ever had in this game. One more replay of that, even though you can't really see it from this view. Alright, we'll try that again. The second part did look like Elliott Sadler's 2003 flip a little bit, just how he kind of flipped down the banking. Or flipped up the banking, I should say. God damn it. Insert Daryl Waltrip voice. Thank God for the safer barrier. We're gonna talk all scientifically and background like about the safer barrier and give you all this information about the safer barrier, but never give IndyCar any credit that they actually developed it. Thank God for the safer barrier. If I can ever learn how to make sandbox, I still want to do my idea for like a destruction race at Talladega that I had when I was like 14, an idea. Basically Talladega, except racing with Indy cars, no restrictor plates, and there's like a random speed bump on the backstretch. So basically I'll go launching at 240 miles an hour. Well, that was stupid. Why does it feel like the grip is turned up more than 1.2? It feels a lot higher than that.
Keep it under 55. Keep it under 30.
I don't know. We'll try again, though.
Drivers, start them engines!
Start them engines. Chat ain't frozen again, is it? I think it might be. I think it might be. Looks like it is. Alright, I'll do this no more than 5 times per stream. If it does it more than that, I will give up. So this is the 3rd time I'm having to redo this. Oops. Alright, getting almost done. Click, click. Resize the window. Alright, we're good. At least I'm catching on to it fairly quickly each time it happens. This time. Damn, look at that. You guys are awesome. Barely 24 hours since I did the stream yesterday. Look at that for Doc Hudson's Cars 3 Can I Recreate Crash. Yes, I know I said that in the complete wrong order. 35,000 views, over 300 likes. You guys rule. Make sure you hit the like button for this video if you're enjoying it so far. them at least 3 wide behind me. Somewhere in the pack. It looks like Burton's going to take the place of the 55 of Waltrip. Come on. Well, I got on my side and up in the air just a little more violently than Stewart did. The pile-up looked decent there. Just Stewart's flip wasn't on point. It was right into the infield. Who hit him? The 13. Is that Mears at the time? Mears.
Drivers, start them engines!
I'm gonna laugh every time I hear that start your engines announcement. The call. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna give people the benefit of the doubt that they're not familiar with this game. I'm getting complaints. That's at least the 5th one I've gotten yesterday on the Hudson Hornet video, that the GN55 car that Jopa Joe over on Stun Out Racing so graciously painted an awesome version of the Hudson Hornet for me using a template for the GN55 mod. We have people complaining because it's not the exact right year or the exact right body style. It's the best possible alternative due to the game limitations and mod limitations. People are annoying. Those people. That's what I call them. I call them those. No. Okay. Thought Stewart was going to pass me there for a second. So Johnson's going to take the place of Waltrip, I guess, this time. The 55. No.
Keep it under 35.
Could have been a lot worse. I know the flip was...
You all right?
He flipped a little bit more than he did in real life. I totally just noticed this little picture of his face on his on the left rear light. But that could have been a lot worse. I'm going to save that one. If I flipped back the other way there as opposed to back on my top, that would have been a lot better, but... Pileup wasn't as good as it could have been, but still it wasn't terrible. I was kind of riding on a car at the end there on top of Edwards like Stewart did. Yeah, a few more cars slipped through than they should have. The wreck... God damn it. Yeah, his flip was on point, but the wreck wasn't nearly as big as it should have been. That's a major downside. The only reason I have two is because I already did one for the thumbnail. Ow. Alright, we need to cause a bigger wreck this time. Need to make sure not as many cars get through, especially at the beginning. Awesome Camaro pace car. Alright, ready? Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green. Like hell, I'm staying in the pits for 15 seconds. Not before I wreck the whole field first. I'm trying to block them a little bit just to get them a little more bunched up. Get them maybe closer to 3 and 4 wide than the 2 wide they're at right now. Alright, Stewart's going to take the place of Waltrip, or not Stewart, Junior, I mean. Holy crap. Well, the wreck was perfectly huge there, just a lot more cars flipped over. I saw at least Newman, myself, I saw Harvick go flying. Let's take a look. Hey, look at that, they're 4 wide. Well, the wreck was plenty huge there. Just... wow, look at that ride that Harvick took. Good thing for the fences, otherwise he might have been out of the ballpark. The 93 as well. Who was that? That wasn't Rudiman at the time, was it? It was. Good guess, Cody.
Drivers, start them engines!
Alright guys, it is approaching an hour. We gotta get going soon, so this will be the 3rd to last attempt. I want to thank you guys so much for watching so far. Please hit the like button if you haven't yet. If you enjoyed this video, really appreciate it. Let me know your suggestions for future videos you'd like to see me do down in the comments below. Make sure you upvote each other's as well so I can see what the more popular suggestions are. If you see a suggestion that you want that someone else already commented, instead of commenting again, just make sure you upvote theirs. You guys know how it works. You're no strangers to YouTube. I don't have to spell it out for you guys. Alright, 3rd to last attempt for the 2012 Fall Talladega Big One. Final lap where Stewart is possibly the closest you can come to flipping without actually technically flipping. Along with Bill Elliott 96 or 97, whenever that was. I consider it, if you're looking at a car from straight on above, and if when it's at the peak of its wreck, if you see more of the underside than you see the top part of the car, then it's still considered a flip, in my opinion. Once again, the wreck was plenty big, but I wimmered myself. Now I'm getting a push from Stenhouse. Jesus. That's one downside to this game. I wish as soon as they're involved with a wreck, they just stopped. But they just keep going. Just keep trying to drive. Stewart ending up upside down. The wreck right there was good, just I needed to not get all the way upside down.
Drivers, start them engines!
Start them engines. That guy sounds like the type of guy to say yeehaw when he gets excited. Yeehaw! Second to last attempt. Commencing now. Alright, we got 3 wide behind me. I'm just a little too far ahead of the pack. Alrighty, Junior is going to be the place at the 55 once again. No on his side for Stewart. Ouch. And I believe another car flipped, if I saw correctly. Was I seeing correctly, or was I just seeing things? Oh yeah, definitely. The 43. He almost went out of the ballpark. Almirola. Up and over. Alrighty. Last attempt. See if we can get some last attempt luck going on right now. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll say it 2 more times if you guys could please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet, if you're enjoying the video. I think we're getting close to 17,000 subs. That is amazing. When I started doing YouTube more seriously a few years ago, I didn't think it'd be possible ever to get 10,000, let alone 17. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green. No, Kenseth, you stay. You stay. Last attempt. Let's make it a good one. Come on. Darn it. There goes Junior upside down. Just got absolutely drilled by Robbie Gordon there. And they're still wrecking well into the trial. They're still wrecking well into the trial. Alright guys, you know what time it is.
Keep it under 55.
It is backwards crash time. See if we can get all 43 cars. Oh, no! You gotta be kidding me. Alright guys, I guess I have to end it now. I'm just gonna switch over just to show you I'm not making it up. The game just crashed. I'm not just saying that to go sooner. I was gonna try to do a crash. Should have just stayed in that session. I'm sorry. Alright guys, that is it for this stream, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Check out my social media links down in the description. And that's it. Hope to catch you guys at the next one. Until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace. Bye.